guys, John here with RAI Adventures. You'd probably just seen the video of us putting upgraded tires and Gorilla taping the inside of the body on the Traxxas X-MAXX. We took it out over the weekend. Ryan ran it. He shut it off. He set it to the side. An hour later he went over, plugged the batteries back in, and there was a fault. All the lights on the ESC were flashing red, and we had steering but no throttle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the fault, show you what it's doing, show you in the manual what the lights mean, and then we're going to call Traxxas support and see what they're going to do about it. Okay, here we are with the Traxxas X-MAXX. We're going to take the body off. Still dirty inside, a lot of grass. So I'm going to take my controller, I'm going to turn it on, see the green light come on, all the trim tabs are at 0. I'm going to plug the batteries in. So it goes that way. And see how they're all blinking red? Every single one of them. No throttle. But they're steering. Now it won't shut off. I can sit here and hold this button till I'm blue in the face. The only way to shut it off is to disconnect the battery. Alright, let's go check out the manual. Alright, we're going to be looking at, I've got all the blinking red lights. I know you probably can't read that because you're too far away, but it says explanation, programming error, solution, contact customer support at Traxxas. So now I'm going to call Traxxas and see what they want me to do. And again, this RC car I believe is less than 5 months old. I bought it mid-December for Christmas. And this will be the second time I've had to send something back.
Thank you for calling Traxxas. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time during this message. If you are a dealer, press 1. For the parts department, press 2. For technical support or general customer assistance, press 3. For the repair department, press. For assistance with our electric products, please press 1. For assistance with our nitro products, please press 2. This call may be monitored and recorded for training and quality assurance purposes.
Traxxas support, this is. Can I get your zip code, please?
16602.
And who am I speaking with?
John.
And how are you doing today, John?
Oh, I wish I didn't have an issue to be calling you.
I hear that.
But other than that, with everything that's going on, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. So what vehicle are you working with?
The Traxxas X-MAXX.
And what seems to be the trouble with it?
I was running it over the weekend. I stopped it, I shut it off, and when I went to turn it back on, the ESC was all flashing red.
Yeah, that's not a good one. That's a critical failure. The ESC is going to need to come into us to get replaced. And anytime we see this, we ask that you send the motor as well so we can test it, make sure that there's no problems with it.
Okay, that's understandable. Oh, is this, because this is, no, I sent the remote back a couple months ago, and you guys replaced that, and well, everything went great with that. Now, is this some type of typical issue with these Traxxas ESCs, or?
Well, they do have a protection failsafe in there that prevents the ESC from catching on fire if there's a problem.
Okay.
That's what the different lights are on there for.
All right. The model's less than 5 months old, if it is 5 months old. I bought it mid-December, and this is the second time I've had to send something back for it, and I've probably only charged the batteries maybe 4 times. So
Yeah.
it's kind of getting frustrating, but I understand you have issues like this. So so how do I go about sending this back?
I'll email you a return authorization. You'll print it out, ship it to us.
Okay.
We'll email you when it arrives, and then email you when it's on its way to you, back to you again.
Now, since my warranty's up, what would the worst case scenario money-wise be for me?
For the ESC, 110. For the motor, 110. If they both needed to be replaced, it'd be 220 plus 5 shipping
Yeah.
tax. I just sent you the RMA, and it should have the correct address.
Okay.
Shipping
Okay.
on the RMA.
All right.
Alrighty?
Yep. Is that it then?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Print that RMA, and we'll have everything.
the other question was, you still have the credit card on file, do you?
Maybe, but the way I wrote it up, they're probably not going to ask for a charge.
Okay. I appreciate that.
But they might.
Yeah.
Up to them. So,
Well, they asked the last time, but then they still never charged, so.
well, it's even newer then. And
Yeah.
And they'll see that.
Okay.
He got the thing in like January or something.
Yes.
Had a transmitter issue in March. And then in May, now we got a critical failure. And they're going to look at that and go, yeah, let's take care of him.
Okay.
Usually.
Yeah, usually.
They may have some they may say, yes, ESC's hammered. The guy didn't take care of his stuff. And,
Yeah.
I understand that. But, they'll probably swap it for you. But if they don't, I'll be calling you back.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and I hope I don't hear from you again.
I hear that. All right, take care, John.
Yep, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see how fast they work. I'll check my email. Right there on top. You probably can't see it, but it says Traxxas RMA created. So I'll read down through this. I gotta send it to Texas. Record your model serial number. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Warranty card if not included. I've already did that the first time. And then they want you to register your model, but I already did that. Okay. Then there's a form on here that you gotta print out. They want to know the reason you're sending these items, the symptoms that I was experiencing, which is I had a critical failure, any troubleshooting things I've tried. I mean, I really didn't try anything because it wouldn't let me try anything. All right. So I guess that's the end of part 1. I'm gonna rip they want the ESC and the motor. So I'm gonna go rip that out. Okay, what we got here is, I took the batteries out. So now I want to, I believe there's an Allen right there. I need to cut that. First of all, let's cut the zip tie. Pull that zip tie out. Okay. Let's disconnect the ESC from the motor. 1, 2, 3. I know one thing, if this happens again, I am just gonna break down and buy an upgraded motor, an ESC by Hobby Wing. I've been hearing good things about their, it's called the Max 6. It's for I think 6S to 8S lipos. Comes with an ESC, a new motor. Okay, now that I got this clamp out of the way that holds the wires in there, if you can see, there's a piece of foam there and a piece of foam there that keeps it watertight. There's a little bit of grease in there too that came from the factory. I'm gonna pull channel. Okay, what I was saying before my memory card filled up in the back and the camera shut off is, I pulled this out of, I believe it's channel 2 for the ESC. Pull this up out of here. And then here's your ESC. I'm gonna send that back Traxxas just like that. Now how the motor comes out is, first of all, I took the cover off the pinion gear, spur gear. Should have to flip this over. Right here, these 4 Allens right in there. I'm going to use the T-handle that came with the model. I'm going to take these out. I put my hand underneath because the motor will just fall right out. Now I'm going to put my hand over this as I flip it back over so I don't lose the screws or the motor. Okay, I held the motor in. Now I'm going to flip it back over. Let the 1, 2, 3, 4 motor mount screws come out. Pick the motor up out. I believe this black wire, I believe that's a temperature sensor. Then I believe these wires are for the fans, for the motor. And I think I'm just gonna send it all just like this. I'm gonna send it back. So the only thing left in the receiver is the steering servo. Again, I'm gonna send the motor, the the ESC back because they're going to test the ESC, but they also want to test the motor to make sure it's not the motor that's making the ESC trip out. So they will replace and contact me when they ship it back, whatever they replace. I'm hoping they send it all back. Well, I know they'll send it all back, but I'm hoping they send it all back for free. So I filled out my paperwork that's got to go inside the box with the ESC. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this all up. Okay, so I went ahead and printed up a UPS label. I have the privilege of doing that because we ship a lot of stuff. So make sure whoever you have this shipped with, you record your RMA number on the top. All right, I'm gonna slap this label on there and UPS will come pick it up. I'll get back to you once they get back to me. All right, just to give you a timeline of how long it takes. And I'm not bashing Traxxas at all. I understand with the whole COVID-19 thing that they just don't have the staff. It's taken a little bit longer. That being said, I talked to Traxxas on Monday the 11th. They had me send back the ESC and the motor. It took 3 days to get from me to them. On Thursday the 14th they received it in. It took 1 day to fix it. They found that the ESC was trash, but the motor tested good, and they sent me my motor back and a brand new ESC free of charge. On Friday the 15th they shipped it. They didn't ship it. They sent it to their shipping department where it sat for the next 4 days. Tuesday the 19th they shipped it back to me. It took another 3 days to get back to me. I received it in on Friday the 22nd. So in total, it only took 11 days from start to finish. That being said, here's the new parts. It's an itemized packing list. What they sent back. So there's what they sent back. My motor and a brand new ESC. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slap this back together. And we'll see how it runs. You see how the gear doesn't match up? They must have slid this down, so I'm gonna break this loose and now you see how the gear slides? I want it to mesh up. Okay, I got everything in there and tight. This is the wires for the ESC. I'm going to slip it in there. And then I like to use my T-handle, this end, to get in there and pick the plug up. So I want that wire to go right there. Now on these X-MAXXs, there's 2 channel 1s. It doesn't matter which one you plug your steering servo into. Channel 2 is the next one back. That is for your throttle. Okay, and then starting at the top, this gray one with the 2 black wires, which are your temperature, and then this voltage or power jumper wire goes in the very top. Okay, the next one, you're gonna skip one. Then you're going to put in your power wire. Then the next slot down, which should be slot 4, I'm going to plug in this black one here, and that should be for the fans for the motor. Then all these goody wires get tucked back down in there. That's all plugged in. That's all tight. This will go there eventually. So now I just want to fire it up and test it before I button it up and make it all pretty. Okay, I turned the transmitter on, green light's on. Let's power up the ESC. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the green light. None of my other lights are lit up. Steering works. Motor works. Brake works. Reverse works. So it all works. Brake works. Forward works. Reverse works. Steering works. The only thing I noticed is my steering's twitching. Alright, so I'm going to button this up and make it look pretty. So there you go, start to finish. Calling Traxxas support, sending the parts back, getting them fixed, putting it back together. The lighting here sucks. It's off the bash this weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you later.